Sounds good. All right, so it is already 6:41, so we'll get into the economic calendar. Again, like I said, we got FOMC today, so that's going to be at 2 p.m. I have I'll be going up to the airport at 1:30, and then by like 2:30 when the FOMC press conference comes out, that's when I'll be able to kind of look at the market there and see if we can call any trades after the reaction to the news. After the reaction, we're expecting a 75 basis point increase over here, and then again, Powell's going to be speaking. So we'll see what that ends up happening with what ends up happening with that. Later on during Asian session, you have the monetary policy and bank rate coming out for them. They're not expecting any kind of increase. I'm not expecting any kind of increase, certainly. If you look over here at the calendar, you'll see when was the last time that they increased rates, right? 2017, 2016, it's always been 1/10% negative interest rates over here. So just keep that in mind. You're not going to get much of a move from that. They're going to have their press conference right after as well. But then tomorrow we're going to be live with Sharma for the bank rate coming out of Great Britain. So we not only have US bank rates coming out, we have Japan, we got Great Britain, we have I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. But and then we got a lot of data coming out, PMI data coming out on Friday. So just keep that in mind. Again, FOMC, you may want to take it easy this morning, but we're gonna have some nice volume from Wednesday to Friday, I believe. I think some nice trades are lining up for us. So we'll take a look at that right now. But looking over here at the monthly, again, monthly's in the same spot, very strong bullish candle, but we did pull back quite a bit. Right, we have a long top wick over here. Price came all the way back to 163, 250. It was at 167. So that's a $4 move over here. So looking at the weekly, again, same thing really. This weekly did retrace a little bit. It did pass the low of the previous candle as well. So right now it is a weak bullish candle. Are we holding support in here? Right? Or are we going to be flipping bearish again and continuing down? Let's get a sip of this. So this morning on London, we had quite a move over here where yesterday we ended up closing a like a doji bearish candle, looking like it was setting up to um continue this move down over here. You get some strong bearish candles closing, right? We get a little retracement reacting to the previous resistance and support here to the left. We end up coming right into this area with that wick, closing bearish. This candle respected the high, flip bearish, and continued all the way down. But the thing is, we ended up rejecting this level right here, 163. Yeah, 163. So being that we just rejected that level, are we going to stay above it or can we continue down and fill that wick? Right now, it looks like we could continue down, but I think they were just kind of pricing in the or grabbing liquidity before the bank rate comes in. We hold support here. They increase the bank rate and we continue right back up from here. So we'll see. Let's also take a look at JPY for a second. See what our strength is looking like. Yeah, we are creating lower highs, right? We got all these lower highs here. So it shows the bearish pressure of price continuing down. And the more it does that, the more we should hold the support and higher lows here on GJ. All right, so looking back at GJ, if you want to look at the 4 hour now, gonna mark a few levels off. Just gonna mark off our most recent resistance right here. Right, that to the left. And we got our support that we held this morning. So again, same thing with yesterday. What we were saying was we can obviously draw a whole level like this, but as scalpers, it just gets very annoying to be trying to navigate through this and having that in the background of a trade or the price action. You don't want it there. So what you do is I kind of like split it up. Where yesterday we kind of had a level right here. And price actually ended up tapping into that area, coming up, closing below, right? Coming up, creating a resistance right in this area, and we ended up just tanking from there, right? So we came right back down to that support, held support right now, and we should be coming right back down to fill that wick if we don't hold that support. So looking over here, we had that resistance, and ever since then we've been printing these lower highs. So on the higher time frames, I would say you have safer buys, maybe above this area. Got Jamie in here. What's up, my man? Hope you're doing well, buddy.
Morning, morning.
Good morning. How's your morning?
Good, good. Feeling rested, ready to conquer the day,
Well,
win the day
baby,
without fear. So I'm good to go.
love it. Awesome. Yeah, we're just taking a look at GJ over here. So again, safe buys will be really above this level, right in this range, coming back up, right? If we hold this support, we could be coming right back into here. All right, getting some bullish price action continuing back up, and then that's your move right there. But if we break support, you get a clean move coming right back down. You kind of draw it like this a little bit. Nice big zone. You got a clean move coming right into that area. That's definitely where you'd want to secure. That's why I drew it like up here. We just want to secure in this area. Got all these wicks. But we could very well be continuing down here. And then you got that next level right there. And then continuing right back down through 160. We're just going to keep this right here. Not going to get there anytime soon. But looking at the 1 hour now, again, holding that support. Just gonna move this up here a little bit now. That might be safer buys. Readjust this. So safer buys might be above this level, right? Once you break the bearish trend, but even safer buys are gonna be back above here, right? And we get it gets a little choppy in here. See all those wicks? I'll probably just put something right there, somewhere I'd be securing. This is the 1 hour. So again, we just got a very strong 1 hour close here. Um, Price reacting to that support. We have a previous support over here, anywhere in this area, because you got this whole consolidation here to the left, right? So it gets a little choppy in there. So maybe safe sells are going to be below this area. I'm guessing you got one consolidation in here, right? And it looked like we had like a little fake out of this resistance. When price came up, retested it, came right back down, broke through the support like it normally does with fake outs, but we ended up holding the support here. So looking at the 30-minute real quick, 30-minute, we did get a bearish close, but it was a very weak bearish close here. Looks like we're holding some kind of a resistance. We did get a very weak bearish close. This candle respected the high, passed below that candle, and continued all the way down, but ended up flipping bearish. So we haven't gotten a 30-minute close yet. We got 10 minutes left. I don't know if this is a range I want to be trading in. Let's check out the size of it. You got 40 pips. It really depends on the price action right here, but that was a strong 1 hour close. Very strong 1 hour close with a wick to fill. So this could just be a short-term pullback to continue up. 162, 800 is a very strong zone as well. Very strong support. So, it really depends on where candles close here. 15-minute kind of holding a support right in there. Right. So it gets very tricky to be trading in this. So I would probably just stay out. But again, like I said, we'll see what we end up getting with the price action. And if we could stay kind of below this level. If we could get above this level, do we have an opportunity to take a buy back up into this key area? Previous resistance and support. So yeah, actually I feel like that's the area, that 900 area is obviously the psychological level, but also the higher time frame. It's also the higher time frame area with that wick, and then I think it's the 1 hour. Yeah, the 1 hour resistance right there, right? Or no, right here. So, but I'm looking at these candle body highs, and then you get that previous support. So if you look over here, you got that previous support right there, and then you get a resistance. So again, it looks like we're holding a support in here. You have 45 to 50 pips to retest that high over there. Again, you're in the downtrend and you're playing the previous support being held right here, and you're playing that bullish momentum. Especially over here, you're starting to see the Japanese yen come down a little bit. We were consolidating, we created this low, came right back up, retested, and then now we're retesting the low over here. So that should give you some confirmation that price is going to push through here. Do you guys see why I kind of have like a thick zone over here? Sammy, Sharjeel, Jamie?
Yeah, I have the
Yep.
same zones actually.
Okay, beautiful. Yeah, I mean this whole area it gets very tricky to trade in. Right? You could see that resistance. You got the support coming in, support being held here, and then over here. So anything in here, I mean, you really want to wait for your right setup. Like if you get that classic break and retest right here, right, and price holds like a support, possibly, but over here might be that better area if you're gonna take a counter trend trade. But we'll see. We'll see how this 30-minute closes, which means that the 1 hour is going to close, but it'll close like a weak bullish candle if it closes right there, right at this resistance right here to the left too. So, and in a downtrend. So that's three confluences that tell you that price could be coming down over here. All right, so we'll keep an eye on GJ. We got about 7 minutes left before, or 6 minutes left before that is closing. So looking at gold now, gold monthly looks the same. You know, we're still below 1680, right? But it looks like we're retracing a little bit. We're creating that lower wick as well over here, but it is a strong monthly candle, and we are in the I would say middle September, a little bit towards that back half. So right here, we got to see how this candle ends up closing. I'm sure it'll be stronger just because you have the Fed increasing rates later on today, which is what we were talking about before. What's up, Tiff?
Hey, Steph, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing good, thanks.
Good to hear. All right. So looking at the weekly now, weekly hasn't changed much either. We were coming up to retest 1680. We actually did so, but now this candle is kind of bullish, right? We haven't necessarily continued down at all. We've just kind of been consolidating around this area, which, we've been saying since Monday, right? We said once we broke this level, I could see us very well consolidating in here before FOMC. So if you look at the daily now, you got this support right here, which is the most important. And then what we got to do is see if we could drag that to the left. You got a perfect wick rejection and a resistance right there. Our next level going to be right here. And then once you break through that, you got a nice support right down here. But looking at the anatomy of the candles real quick, you got a strong support being held. Rejection multiple times by each candle here. Price just does not want to close below that level, nor does it have any fundamentals to do so, right? Like to push through a level like this, a daily support 1660, and you see the reactions to it to the left over here. You need heavy fundamentals. You need something to push the market or push through that level. So you're not getting that until Wednesday, which is today. So looking at the 4 hour. Just adjust that real quick. And you got 1680, which it looks like price is heading for over here. But look at the last time Price tapped into it. Perfect retest of the low, almost. You would have been securing here anyway, but we come right back up to that area, and then we completely reject, coming right back down to previous support. Holding support here with this candle, very strong with a wick to fill. We're just filling the wick, right? Didn't even create a bottom wick on this candle. So we're at least pushing into this area. You already see this wick rejected it. What could we end up doing right here? Right? Could we expect some kind of a rejection? Would we want to wait for a bearish candle close first? Again, now that we're at this resistance 2, expect some consolidation around that 1680 level or 1675 because we got FOMC coming out at 2 o'clock. So we could range or just hang around here for a while. And then that comes out. I think we're just grabbing liquidity right here with this bullish move. And then they're going to increase rates today. And then this is going to continue down. I've been keeping my support of this level down here a little bit because you got that support, you got that wick as well. And then plus, if you end up ever closing below this level, you could possibly grab a move coming down into that area. I don't think you got many pips. You got about 50 pips, so that's enough for gold, right? You can at least grab 25 to 30 pips on gold if you get a perfect close below this level, maybe top wick rejection, and then we fill that wick. So right now, again, holding support, strong support. Did the same exact thing. We also got the liquidity grab in that area. You had that wick too, but price just took off from there, continuing right up to 1680. Same thing right here. Price just ends up holding support, wick to fill, and then all of a sudden we were off to 1680 once more. Right? We come right back down. Another strong bullish candle close right here. Bottom wick form past the high and just took off with a wick to fill. So now we're holding a higher low here. Notice how price always comes back to this level. We were bouncing off here, came right back to the level, and then continued up. Same thing over here. We bounced off that level before continuing down, and then we broke through it, retested it over here, and then continued down. Same thing over here. You expect some kind of a pullback or reaction to this level, and that's exactly what you got. So price is over here filling that wick. Is it going to push any higher? Right? Or are we just going to kind of consolidate here and then continue right back down with FOMC? Now, don't be surprised if we continue back up from FOMC. Like, this could have all been priced in already, right? They've been pricing in rate hikes for, I would say, well, they've actually been pricing in rate hikes since like March, right? We've been expecting all that to happen. So the fact that we're all the way down here, we broke 1680, they could have priced that in, and then now we're consolidating, holding support, and then they release the data, and then we come right back up above 1680. So that could happen too. At that area that price could come into. But now looking at the 30-minute, got that support that we ended up holding and resistance as well, but we ended up closing above candle body highs over here. I'd honestly draw a resistance right there, especially because this 30-minute created a top wick and it's passing the low of that bearish candle. But we could very well respect this as a support, right, and end up rejecting it and then continuing up. But you got that wick right there, this wick, and then that wick as well. So and then you got to ask yourself if it's worth trading anything in here. I think it is if you get a perfect setup right here. Excuse me. So right now, again, we just got that bearish close right at that level. Look what happened last time here. Strong bearish close right here. Price just continued right back down. So can we get the same thing right over here too? Continued right down. So you have some kind of a support holding right here. And then I could see if price breaks that level, you can continue right back down to 1670. But like I said, I think we'll probably end up consolidating in here. I don't really plan on taking much unless I see a perfect setup before 2 o'clock. But like I said, anybody that just came in, like Tiff or Jamie, I'll be on my way up to Newark Airport at 1:30, and then yes, 1:30, and then I will be free basically at 2:30. So whenever the press conference is happening, so from 2:30 to 3:30, I'll be good to update you guys on anything I may be taking. I'm going to trade the reaction to the press conference, see what's going on. They're expecting again a 75 basis point increase. Where are we? 75 basis points. They're looking at 3.25% over here for interest rates, and they're not going to stop either. They're really heavy on stopping inflation. That's their only main focus. Remember when they said it was just temporary?
You mean transitory?
Transitory, temporary,
Oh yeah.
short-lived, not a big
Mm-hmm.
deal.
Oh yeah.
Can't trust them, baby.
Hmm.
Can't trust them.
Yeah.
All
I
right,
got to
so
jump off at 8, brother. Just a quick FYI, because I got to go get a shot this morning.
okay.
All right.
Okay, sounds good. I wanted Tiffany to do a breakdown, and then we might have time for you to do one as well.
Oh yes, the queen. Let's go,
Mm.
queenie.
Tiff, how you doing?
All right, I'm ready.
Ready? I love it.
Yeah.
What pair you want to break down?
I'm at your discretion.
Okay. Let's see what we got on the watch list. You want to do Jamie's? EJ?
Nah, toss her in the deep end. That's the S&P 500, Nasdaq. Let's go.
You want US 30?
Oh, wow. That's a first. Okay.
First for everything, right? It's all the same. Like whether like this could be like Tesla stock if you wanted it to be, and it's all price action. So that should just make that be like a calming factor for you. So all just levels, all the same candles, all time frames. All right. So do you remember how
But
to
isn't
do this?
US 30 harder?
It's harder to trade, to mark up. It's the same thing.
Hmm.
Yeah. I mean,
Hmm.
this is honestly the way the price action is for US 30 is a lot easier than a lot of Forex pairs right now. There's a lot of Forex pairs that are very choppy and rangy. If you've
Mhm.
noticed, I think Sharjeel did one yesterday, and so did Dylan. Was it Dylan yesterday? Someone did a breakdown, and it was very choppy. They did a great job with it, but it was challenging, right? But
Mhm.
with the US 30 price action, it's been pretty clean.
All right.
So it should be fairly easy for you.
Let's go.
But this will be your first one, and then we'll get better from here, improve on any corrections we got to make.
Absolutely.
All right. So you
All
have
right.
your annotator.
Uh,
Just go to options, and
if
then
you need
we'll
me to
rotate.
annotate, hold on. I'm on my cell phone.
Oh, okay.
No, hold on. Mm, logging into my laptop. I'm not going to be able to annotate my cell phone.
Okay.
I got a choppy Android. You know.
Okay. Are you gonna be home tomorrow or on your laptop?
Yeah, yeah. I'm logging in now, so it's gonna take like 2 seconds.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Let me know when you have it.
All right.
For now, though, I'm looking at GJ, and we held that support here. So what we ended up getting here on GJ, was a weak bullish candle close, but a nice rejection here. This candle barely created a bottom wick past the high of all these candles, and we're getting a strong volume push here at 7 o'clock. Right, 1 hour candle closed a doji bullish candle or bearish candle, and then this one barely a bottom wick. I don't even think we have a bottom wick here. Ended up breaking the high of the previous candles over here. So where could we be headed? Are we going to clear out of this area? Let's see how the 15-minute closes. 15-minute held support right here. How many pips? About a 13 pip move. Here, we're just creating higher lows, higher highs.
Ready when you are, Steph.
All right. Tiff, who's Donna Sminkle?
I had I was pretending to be my mom yesterday. I drove her truck and I got a parking ticket, so
Oh,
I had to do virtual court in Newark.
oh, got it. Can you get out of the ticket?
No, I
Damn.
tried.
Damn.
I thought it would have been easier since it's on virtual, but it's like they're even more harsh because it's virtual. You know what I mean?
Are they?
Yeah.
Jamie, you see what you did here?
Dude, what now?
This is you, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You see what you did?
No, actually, right now, no, I don't.
All right, so look at this candle. That's big, no?
Oh, yeah.
See, where'd you sell as soon as that closed?
Oh, no. Sorry, that's not the sell position indicator.
Wait,
Yeah,
what?
that's the sorry, I'm playing with the colors with the good to trade, bad to trade range.
Okay.
Yeah, so the blue below is this is the okay to sell range. This thing in here.
Okay.
Yeah, this thing is stay out of here.
Okay. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
this
sorry, I'm
looks
still
like
messing around with the colors.
that looked like a P&L tool.
Yeah. No, I'm still messing around with the colors on that one.
I'm like, you see what you did wrong here? You're like,
Yeah, I absolutely
nah.
wouldn't sell in there. Not no.
I like it. Yeah, I like it, man. I'll have you break down US EJ right after this. All right, Tiff, whenever you're ready.
All right, here we go. Starting for the monthly, we see that we're currently in a downtrend. If you were to go to the weekly time frame,
Sure.
go to the weekly time frame. Of that time frame, we see that. Can you pull down price a little bit more? I can't see.
Sure.
Okay. So we're just going to go ahead and connect where the downtrend is to make it a little bit more real.
Okay. Do you have the annotator?
Yeah, I'm doing it now. Okay. And then just to see where current price action is, we have a couple of levels of support right now. We see that price has recently broke out and it retested. It just gives us an indication that we're going to have further sells coming up.
Okay.
Go ahead, please.
Nice.
Oh, daily, sorry. Okay. Now in this daily time frame that we're looking at, sorry, I'm just running it through my head real quick.
You did?
Now we're seeing that price has getting ready to retest the low that has broken out.
Okay.
And it's clear indication at this point that we're going to see price fall even lower, right? So if I were to look at possibly trading this for the day, I know that I'm taking sells, going back potentially to where these wicks are. These wicks have exhausted completely, and it's a great possibility that price, if it were to fall again, it will break out of this area here. I'm trying to.
Yeah, I like your levels so far.
Thank you. Great possibility that it'll break out into this area, and we'll see our next level of interest being right here. If I can get this straight. Right there.
It's beautiful.
Okay. Go to the 4-hour, please.
Yep. All right.
Okay. Now that we're on the 4-hour, we see that price is currently into a range.
Yep.
From this 4-hour, although on a daily, it shows us that we're in a downtrend. It actually looks that we're going up on this 4-hour. It's retesting this area right here. I don't know if you can see it. Hold on. It's retesting this area here. Jesus. It's retesting that area here, and it looks as though it's about to make a higher high. In the event that it beats this high right here, we can look for sells to come all the way up into this area to fill the zone.
Okay. I like it. Yeah, you got a indecision candle right here. Strong bounce off that support, right? This whole area is kind of like a support right here. And then it looked like price came back down into that area, flip bullish and close a strong bullish candle. So this candle is creating a higher low. Can we be passing the high over here and continuing up?
Possible.
All right. Let's see if we should readjust anything.
Yeah, this resistance area could be pulled up a little bit more.
This one?
Yes.
Nice. Right here?
Yeah, that's
perfect.
Fine. And that's about it. That's my range. That's what I'm playing with. And at this point right now, I'm waiting for a price to either break out of this area. I'm sorry. I'm drawing arrows, but it's not working.
You're good.
I'm looking for price to break out and up. Oh, there you go. Another hour. I'm having a hard time doing the arrows. But price will have to go up from this area, break the resistance level for me to even consider buys.
Let's go.
Right?
Good shit, Tiff.
Thank you.
Very detailed. You know, your levels are perfect. See, US 30 wasn't hard.
And efficient. I mean, that was quick.
Speedy, efficient, confident. Like, that's what I'm looking for in these. Like, I want you guys to be very decisive. Know exactly where you want your levels. Also speaking it out and talking the way you were. It's that's where the confidence is. Let's go over to GJ real quick before we break down EJ with Jamie.
That was awesome, Yardi. Awesome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Killed it. Great job. All right. On GJ. All right. So 1 hour candle is very strong over here for the 7 o'clock hour, right? 30-minute. Holding that support over here, right? Very strong candle. Can we be pushing out of this whole area? Like I said, we're in this consolidation. Once you get out of here, you get some cleaner candles. They're not the cleanest, but you got definitely clean candles that you could be mirroring over here. So that's what you're really looking for. But could this be continuing up? That's a strong 15-minute candle. Question is, where would you put your stop loss? I think with this, you may want to wait for that 30 to close. I don't know. That's a strong 15-minute candle. The only thing is, like, can the 15-minute push that much higher? Or the 30-minute push that much higher in here? It can. We get some long candles over here. So that is a possibility. But like I said, you get a major rejection area. Like, you could very well put this right here. Right? And price just rejects. I would actually just draw it like this. See all that rejection here to the downside, and then right in here as well. We're now approaching that right now. So are we going to reject it? Are we going to close above, below? We'll see what we end up doing here. But in the meantime, we're kind of just consolidating. Actually, I really like this 15-minute. I mean, it's the 15 minutes, so it's a weak time frame, but with this candle creating its bottom wick, passing the high of that candle, can we continue up from here?
I'm in this.
You're in
Just
this? Stop loss
Yeah.
below the 15-minute?
yeah.
Okay, I like it. Yeah, it should get a solid push. I was kind of going into this morning planning on not trading just because of FOMC, and I figured we'd be ranging until then. But we've had some nice bullish price action here since London, creating higher lows and higher highs. So we got a clean move here to the left. Can we push through this area? My thing is, like, if this is the 30-minute, I feel like I'd be comfortable taking this, but the 15-minute gets dangerous. It's just a weak time frame. What's up, Dylan?
Hey, good morning.
Good morning, buddy. How are you? How was work?
Good, and you?
Good,
Work's
man.
all right.
Doing great.
Good to hear.
You taking anything this morning yet?
Nothing yet. I'm just looking.
Beautiful. Okay. All right, Jamie, you ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's do it. All right, buddy.
Ah, my friend. All right. So we can clearly see right now, I'm going to mark the major levels on the monthly and then just work my way down. So we have an area of resistance that we're holding up here that price is coming back up to.
Okay.
We have an area of support down here. And the reason I didn't move it below, I mean, we could actually move it below it right here, because this was actually the swing point where price made this beautiful move away. This is a double top that came back down.
Okay.
Failed wick rejection and then move away. So that actually makes more sense there.
Okay.
We'll have another swing point here, but we won't mark that because where we're at in price right now, I'm more focused on what's above us
Yes.
than what's below us. Because if we're going to come back down, we have to break this as well.
You need a crazy strong Japanese yen out of
Yeah.
nowhere. Like they need to increase rates.
Yeah, and I don't foresee that happening whatsoever.
Yeah.
But we have a zone up here that I'm just going to mark up. You can see this zone was, for historical purposes, actually created back in 2007, 2008, and held in 2009 until, and stuff. Since you're the fundamental repository, what triggered this? Do you remember?
Yeah, this is the 2008 market crash.
Crash? Okay.
So that was late summer of 2008. So
Okay.
you had a hard move from this area. 168, 700, 600 over here. That was August and September, specifically September, the market like really crashed. And that was this move right here. So it started in August and then crashed all the way back down here. Got that retracement and then we retested the low, continuing all the way back down to 95 or 96, holding that support. And then we got that market recovery in 2012, 2013. That was that area that we were in. So now that we know that we're in an area of increasing rates, interest rates, which is what happened right here, this is exactly what you're using to play the history. And be like, oh, okay, this happened fundamentally here. It can happen now here as Europe gets more and more conservative.
Exactly. We have a zone here that I want to mark off, and then we'll drop down to the daily. I say the weekly.
Perfect zone. Sammy, did you see how that 15-minute was a little weak? He was on GJ. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a tough zone right there. That 400 level. All right. Weekly?
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's do it. Okay.
Okay, zoom out a little bit so I can see how things are lining up to the left. All right, so boom, 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 boom. This zone, we can put it to the top of this. We can thin it out. Perfect. This zone, right now, leave it right where it's at. And I'm messing around with it because this is the most recent support that we have with all these bottom wick rejections. You can start to overanalyze when you look left, when you can see the peaks and all these, resistance areas here. But if you move it up, then you end up above this, which doesn't actually make much sense because price actually held this support and now we have this strong move away.
I was going to say this and then
Kind of cover it that way.
It's like that whole area. Look at that. Resistance, multiple rejections here, resistance here, that wick, and then covering it, all the way, this support, and then over here as well. Again, like this is the weekly, and we're so far away from price action that won't like bother us with that being that thick. But that's a strong area that you can obviously like split as you go down the time frames. I'm sure this would be a thin zone right here. This would be a thin zone right there.
Zone right there. Yeah.
Right. But like now, at least through 134 to 136 is a very tough area to catch a trade in. So now the upside over here. You want to stay zoomed out?
Right now, I think we're good where we're at. We can clearly see we have an area of resistance here.
Yep.
And you can see price just continue to make higher lows, higher highs on its way up. Increased interest rates are strengthening the euro. Japanese yen continues to weaken.
Daily?
Yes, sir.
Right.
All right, let's take this one, drag it up to the top here.
Okay.
Although we have these wicks up here, those are just liquidity grabs. Reach up, move back down, break back below the zone. We're now consolidating, holding support and resistance at the same time. So we need some sort of move. We had this beautiful bearish candle with a nice bottom wick rejection that took out these lows. So I anticipate that we'll have some sort of bearish pressure creeping in that may cause us to come back down to at least retest this area of support before attempting to go back up, because the yen just continues to weaken. But we need some sort of retracement in here. We could actually hold here, right here, if need be, at this previous area as well, because we had support here, so resistance here, support, support, support here. But more than likely, if we get enough momentum, we're going to come back down and then push back up.
I like it. So do you want to draw support right here?
Yeah, let's put something right here because that's our most recent support on the daily that's holding right now.
Sure. All right, 4 hour.
So in the 4 hour, you can really see this is it's just one big range when you look at it. Okay. You can see that we did have some breakouts here and here, came back below, and we've just kind of been ranging in here for the last, I don't know. Let's see, this was the 14th, and we're now on the 21st. So for the last 7 days, we've just kind of ranged in this area. We need some sort of news that will push us out of this, and I'm hoping FOMC will trigger that. But we did have this candle yesterday, actually this morning, that kind of gave us a nice push finally out of the range where we have a nice bullish candle back up. The problem is this bullish candle here is now not closing, but it's back into this range. So what we need to see on this 4 hour chart is this 4 hour candle going to hold, stay within this range, or is it going to close back below? If it closes below, giving us a top wick, then the next 4 hour candle should form a top wick giving us a rejection with bearish momentum and push down.
Beautiful. Now your next target over here on the 4 hour, where would you say that is?
The first thing I would target is this bottom wick, or this wick period. I expect
okay.
the wick fill to at least come down,
Yeah.
but I expect us really to come around here. And that's because we have this beautiful area resistance here. We have this area support here, which lines up right in here.
Okay.
We have this minor area support here, which if you put a big enough zone in between here, you can see that it actually fills in there. But to me, it doesn't make much logical sense. Like I said, so that minor one that you're drawing, I can see it. You know, we draw it on the, when we go down to the 1 hour and 30 minutes, we'll probably see more details on it and then validate or invalidate the area one way or the other.
And then
Right now, when you look at the 4 hour overall, this is what we're doing.
Yeah.
This was our last high, lower high, lower high, lower high. We had this lower high in between, which kind of got invalidated by this, but this was just, if you draw it out, an extended double top is what we have here.
Yeah.
So we came up, attempted to push again, failed to break above the zone, created this lower high, push back down, create another lower high, and push back down.
Yeah, so now we're finally breaking that area, but we're coming right back into the zone. So looking at the 1 hour, looks like we're holding support too.
Yeah. So on the 1 hour, this is what I actually have drawn off on my chart, where I actually have this kind of a hash line here, only because these wicks were a nice reach down, liquidity grab, and then a move back up here. We have a minor area support here, but what's more telling to me is we have this area of support that we've now broken back above with a strong bullish candle. We have a nice bearish close, bottom wick rejection. Now we're pushing bullish again. So if we take this high out, I expect us to come up to at least this area where we can put a zone probably right around here. Because if you look to the left of this whole mess, resistance, 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 support, failed retest, held support here, push back up, created a high before pushing down and doing this again. So we're starting to get into an area which becomes very, very tricky to trade, as Steph has told us several times, which is this mess. So the best thing to do for me, in my mind, is if I had to catch this, I would take a trade and anticipate that somewhere in the zone here, even if we got to the top, would be the limitation of this trade. If we manage to break above this area and out of this area, this whole consolidation of range, then we still have this lower high here that we need to break through before attempting to retest this high here, getting back into this very strong zone that we saw in the higher time frames, which held.
I mean, once you do break this area, it's a great point, Jamie. But once you do break this area, you should be coming up here. Like I wouldn't really worry too much about this. I would just make sure I'm looking for that support to be formed right here. Because now you're breaking structure. You came all the way from down here. Now look at it. Like imagine coming up into here, closing above, and then holding some kind of a support right here. Like you're gonna break through this level and continue up as long as you have volume.
Gotcha.
Makes
Now
sense?
drop down to the 30 for me, because there is an area here that's a little bit concerning to me that I have marked off.
Okay.
And that's,
Got a nice support right here.
yep, but you also have this mess here.
You do. Yep.
So what I'm looking for is to see if we can break above this area of support, turn resistance. I know that right now we're doing this. So if we took a trade, I could say that, okay, we'd have to enter here. We could put our TP here. Stops would be below. The only thing that I'm questioning is, okay, do we have enough momentum to break us through this area and really push all the way up? But when you look at it on the hourly time frame, there really isn't a reason for us to stop here.
Yeah.
So
the thing is, you do have this move right here. That price pushed right through that, right? And as long as you can hold the support, I think you could put your stop loss right below that candle. As long as this one creates a healthy bottom wick and pass to the high of the previous. right? As soon as that happens, you can either, I mean, it's up to you. I would rather have my stop loss probably down here, but maybe if this is a healthy enough bottom wick and passes the high, you can anticipate at least a 10 pip move right here. And that's
Mhm.
all you're looking for a day. It's just a quick 10 pip move. You're in and out. You can make a living doing that.
Yes, sir.
But again, I like the fact that you're paying attention to this level, and that is why you would need to secure at 10 pips.
Mhm.
Right? It's not something you really want to leave too much of a runner on. Is anybody in GJ, by the way? While Jamie was doing that, I entered a small position over here because the 15-minute candle, what happened was it came down and created a very healthy bottom wick, right? It like passed the high over here, and then it came down and created that bottom wick. And then after it passed the high with a clean move to the left, that's why I entered a small position right over there with my stop loss like somewhere around here. Right. So I'm just again, I'm same exact thing with EJ. I'm just looking for 10 pips right here. All right, once I get like 10 pips, I'll be either closing the full thing or partials. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Put this right here. Only thing I don't want is like a deep pullback, being that the 30-minute did close a very strong bullish candle. I don't want price coming all the way down into here to then continue bullish. So we'll see how some of these lower time frames close. 5-minute formed a healthy support over here. So if we start breaking that structure, then you can think about managing risk. Sam, are you still in this?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm saying it.
All right, cool. All right. Dylan, how you doing, buddy? You see
I'm
anything you
good,
like?
man. What's up?
You see anything you like?
Um, uh, not really just yet.
Okay.
Kind of just sitting back. I'm doing analysis on EU right now as well.
Okay.
So,
Awesome.
and other things.
Sure, Jill, how are you, buddy? So we got two great breakdowns today from Jamie and Tiff. Let's see. Gold is kind of holding the support over here. We actually ended up getting the bearish candle close, right? We rejected that area with a strong bearish candle close. This candle passed the low with the top wick, but closed a weaker bearish candle. This one created a bottom wick and passed the high of that candle so far, but we're flipping bearish right now. So where could we be going here on gold? Again, I would expect consolidation until FOMC.
Yeah. So that chart I just sent you is my markup of gold. I'm trying to just make sense of it. Um,
Markup.
yeah, just trying to make sense of it. Looking at it from the 1 hour standpoint.
Okay, nice. Yeah. Yep, it's exactly right. It's exactly where I have my levels. Get that
Okay.
support, previous resistance right here. Support. You need price to break that if you're gonna take a sell. That's a strong
Okay.
bounce off that area, and then you get this resistance and then that area.
Okay.
Nice, man. Yeah, wait, what happened with my US 30 trade? Let's see real quick. Oh, okay. So I got stopped out earlier this morning. Yeah, that was a fun trade yesterday. Right here. I basically grabbed this move. Yeah, around 270 points here. Price ended up just dropping. Um I think my entry was a little bit lower. It was like somewhere around here. Or no, it was as we broke the low of that bullish candle right there, but the my stop loss, I moved it like a little bit past break even and was almost stopped at, where was it? 15-minute. Okay, so my entry was really like this. That's what it was. This 15-minute candle close, right? As we passed the low of that candle, and then the next 15-minute candle just dropped from there. But if you take a look, price dropped over here. I believe I secured 80% as we were filling these wicks and coming into this area, right? And then let the rest run. We came back up. I was on the road, so we came back up, almost stopped me at break even. Then we continued right back down, and I secured another 80% of the rest of that runner right over here, anticipating some kind of a bounce. So we were kind of playing around here all night last night, and then we took a drop earlier this morning during London, and then we retraced. So right now we're just sitting below this level, waiting to see what price is going to do, but I think it's just going to consolidate before FOMC. All right. Gold. What's up, Tiger?
Hey, good morning.
Good morning, buddy. How are you?
I'm good.
Good to hear. You take anything yesterday?
I took one trade. It's just an option during a market open, but it didn't work out too well.
Okay.
So some stuff to improve on.
All right. Anything you want to take a look at?
It's just some pairs. Have you broken down GJ and gold already?
Yeah. Yeah, so we broke these down. If you take a look at GJ, we're kind of sitting in an interesting area. We took this buy over here on the 15-minute. I was just looking for a quick 10 pips. I was just going to close the full thing with a fairly clean move to the left here. But right now looks like we're retracing a little bit. I want to see if we hold this structure right here on the 5-minute. If we get a close below that, or we start really passing through it, then I'll just close the full thing. It looks like we're coming down into that area right now. Actually, you know what? I'm closing half of this. Just because the 30-minute is so strong still. Let's see what we do with this area. Yeah, so again, like I said, I'm just looking for a quick little push up over here. See if we respect that area. But on gold, looks like we're holding that support here. You got that weak bearish candle like we were just talking about. But we get that resistance. That's the monthly. But if you look at the daily, we're holding that support. We're just ranging. As we said, since basically Sunday or Monday, that we'd just be ranging below that area. That's pretty much what's happening right now. And again, we could just be grabbing liquidity before continuing down later today with the increase in rates. Or what I was saying before is we could be already priced in with the rate hike, and then we end up retracing back after the announcement's made. So right here, the 5-minute did close above that level. Let's see if we hold support. Yeah, just get this ready to close 50, 1.3 lots. So close 0.7. If we get the close below. Also, if you look at the 15-minute over here, you got that previous resistance that we could be retesting before continuing up. I'm just trying to see if we're gonna reject that level again. Did anybody want to break down the chart? Dylan, Tiger, Sammy, Sergio? Already had two really good ones.
Yeah, I can break one down.
All right, beautiful. All right, so this keeps coming down over here. It looks like we're gonna end up breaking through. So what I'm gonna do is close 50. Again, this is very low risk. It was 1.3 lots, so you're not losing much on this. And you're also trying not to micromanage, and you're just waiting for price to reject this level. That's what I look for personally when it comes to risk management on the lower time frames. You try to really wait for, not try, but you do. You wait for candles to close below or above levels. Or if they're starting to really break through and it looked like they were rejecting first and then they're breaking through again, which right now it's starting to turn around. But that's why I only closed 50, because we could very well hold that support and then continue back up. But we'll see. When it comes to lower time frames, it gets very tricky to manage risk. That's what we were talking about yesterday, where there's certain things that are just very hard to explain. But you just kind of get instinctive when it comes to your pair, and that's the best advice I could give you is just keep studying your pair and watch it on these lower time frames. What I do is, even though I'm not really trading on these lower time frames, I'm always journaling what the screenshot was. Like I'm putting those screenshots in Trello to make sure I'm studying what the 1 minute, what the 5 minute were looking like, to see if there was any better way I could have managed risk by waiting for candles to close on those time frames. But Tiger, do you have a pair you wanted to break down?
I could do EJ.
EJ? Okay. We I think Jamie just did EJ now. Yeah, Jamie, you just did EJ, correct? Yes.
Yep.
Yeah,
But
do you
it'd
have
be
another one?
curious to see what Tiger sees.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let's actually do that. I think that's a good idea. We get
Yeah.
two different breakdowns on the same pair and see what the difference was. I wish I took a screenshot of that, but that's all right. All right, Tiger, take it away.
All right. So we'll start by just identifying the zones. So target up here.
Okay. Okay. I think we're pretty similar so far.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes I like to I probably want to extend this one out a little bit to like right here, just like
Okay.
get a visual of where it got rejected before.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. Weekly?
Yeah.
All right. All right. So now I'm curious what you do here.
So this is where it gets tricky, huh?
Yep.
Right. So when it comes to higher time frames, I like to put some respects on the wicks. I usually put them on the wicks here. Just price is a lot more sensitive to those areas.
Okay. By the way, just to pause real quick, I think this is a great idea. Two different people breaking down a chart, but one has to come in like, actually, you know what? That doesn't even matter. I was gonna say one has to come in like later than the previous one where they didn't see it, but I think either way would be constructive, and um, it would really help both of you guys too. But not only both of you, but everyone.
Hmm. We do have a support already, but we also have another area probably down here.
Okay.
Yeah, we can go to the daily. I'm not sure if I see anything else. I mean, probably see a little bit more on the daily from here.
Okay. All right. I mean, as scalpers, like this is where it really starts to get
Yeah, so
important with, yeah,
you got an area right here.
perfect.
And if you were to try to find some type of sell opportunities, then you can probably have to consider this area that it can possibly come and retest off of.
Nice. Beautiful. So what are you looking for here?
There's a couple different things that can happen. I think possibility that price can definitely come down, and or if it closes at least below this area,
Mhm.
and at least with a nice close, and then maybe you get a nice upper wick retest right here, and then you can see price possibly come down. You know, to lines aren't working. To like retest this area here, or if it possibly breaks below. I think there's a lot of just like a large, like clean range here that can be, corrected.
Yep.
So if you can get price to come down and just retest this area down here, then, or even further down to this support, then I'd be probably the most ideal, especially since we've seen multiple rejections at the top here.
Perfect. I was gonna say what happened last time at 144. Yeah, you get that heavy bearish price action here.
Yeah, exactly. But there's also a possibility, that price can come up and just break through this area. If it closes, that's the only thing. So if you want to take something with buys, then you're gonna need to see like a clean break and close with a strong bullish price action,
Oh
or
yeah.
the retest of this area before we consider going up here.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you got a wick fill up here that you could be taking advantage of if you get a close above this level. So you're gonna say that safe, you're gonna have safe buys above here.
Yeah, but with the like a pretty much a strong close above and a
Yep.
retest. So if I were to take buys, I have to be really patient about it, just because of how overbought everything is.
Yep. Well done, man. 4 hour.
Yeah.
So yeah, now you got two different biases. Where price could go on either direction.
4 hour. I don't know if I'd probably try to move the support a little bit down, just because I always play things super cautious. So I'll just find the exact points. So yeah, that's good there.
Okay.
Yeah, and with price already breaking below it, but it's also retracing, so we're gonna have to find out if it's a fake out. But there's also a possibility that this current candle right now can flip and break below this area, and then just return all the way down to retest this support.
Yeah. Yeah, you already see it rejecting up here.
Yeah. I mean, ideally, I don't see it happening on this candle. I think this candle might end up closing bullish, and the next one probably coming up to retest this area again before it comes down to break. So I think it just needs to create some type of minor resistance before doing that.
Yeah.
So, like personally for me, I guess I've just seen it so many times that if this candle currently flips but bearish, I don't think I would take the trade. I think I'll probably just let it run down to this area.
Okay.
Just because I've seen so many like instances where it will flip bearish and then flip right back bullish and just go straight up again.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, yeah, if you see a nice little like minor resistance in this area specifically, so I guess we can even mark this off too.
Yep.
So this area right here.
Yeah, remember this is the 4-hour too.
Yeah.
So you still got a lot more place to mark off. Maybe not a lot more, but you know, as you get down the time frames. 1 hour?
Hold on a sec. So I think we can also mark up this area too here. So these are
Okay.
just kind of like
Do you want
minor.
to keep this?
This one we could probably, yeah, I think we can keep it there since it's very significant on the higher time frames.
Okay.
Because I think that zone just represents the levels where this area got touched. And a couple of rejections in this area too, so I find that to be pretty significant zone.
Yes, sir. All right, 1
Yeah,
hour.
1 hour.
Okay. Look at that rejection.
Yeah, 1 hour is nice. Yeah, so we see that rejection already in this area here. There is a possible opportunity if the price breaks below this previous bottom wick, and you can think about taking a sell to come and retest like this area down here or this area right here if it's something more comfortable. Oops.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so those opportunities are there too. I
Yeah.
think since price already kind of broke below this zone right here, then these areas become weaker and weaker. So the possibility of this candle right here breaking below it to retest this zone down here becomes higher likely. But I think we need to see a strong close of this area first,
Yes.
below all those previous candles before we consider and a retest above for an upper wick, and then you'll have more higher probability of it coming straight down and retest this zone.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, with this price action here on the 30-minute, I've seen that where you get the resistance formed right here, and then you get the double tap up here, and then the strong close, next candle possibly creates a top wick past the low of the previous and continues down, or it creates like a doji wick, the next one, and then the next one past the low over there to continue down. So I've seen both. But great job, Tiger. Like I don't think your breakdowns were very different, if I'm not mistaken. We could go back and watch the recording, but I got pretty much the same thing. The only thing is too, me personally breaking down EJ, I'm looking at like that wick and then the support right here.
Yeah.
And looking at this possibly just being, I don't know. Yeah, see, looking at the 1 hour here, I think that makes more sense. Keeping it like right there. As long as we close bearish here on the 1 hour, maybe the next 1 hour creates a top wick past the low to continue down. But we actually just kind of like faked out over here. So don't be surprised if we come back into this area and then we continue back up from there. Just like we have here. Right? Strong reactions to that area.
Yeah.
So don't be surprised. Like I would say we need that close below here before taking any kind of sells if you even have enough range in here. You got about 39, 40 pips. So you could grab 10 in there. Looking at the 30-minute. Yeah, it's a tricky area, but with the 1 hour candle about to close like this, like can we anticipate a sell from up here? You just want to be careful and make sure you got the proper price action. You got a proper 30-minute candle close, and then the right price action down here. You got a wick to fill on this candle. Let's say it pulls back somewhere around here. Next one creates a top wick. That might be valid, right? Because you've been creating lower highs ever since pre-London over here. We tapped all the way into here, and then London, we've been bullish. Now we're getting that pullback over here to continue down. All right, so
Yeah.
great job, guys.
I wouldn't mind this range right here too. That's a decent range to take a buy in.
Yeah, Yeah, I mean, you're breaking structure at that point. So let's say we come back into this area and then we come back up this way. You hold the support in here, you got enough range in here to take something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, great point. About 50 pips. So again, 4 hour. Yeah, 4 hour so far is very bullish, but at the same time, barely a bottom wick. So can this candle in the next hour flip bearish possibly? Always good to go up to the higher time frames multiple times. It just gives you a better perspective. Interesting thing here is the 15-minute candle closed with no bottom wick. This one created a healthy top wick and passed the low over here. But you want to wait for higher time frame candle closes in these areas. All right, let me use the bathroom real quick before 8 o'clock, and then we'll continue. All right. Let's check on GJ. All right. Bears gotta go. Jamie's gotta go. You already left, huh? All right. So GJ's still safe. Like we said, we all right. So it was really based on the 30-minute, but the 15-minute created this bottom wick and passed the high. Right over here on the 5-minute, we ended up right here. We cut 50. And now we are still holding this support right in the same area we were talking about, and we're continuing up. So I believe micromanaging this would have been closing the full thing right here. And that's something I used to do, where I would just close the full thing because I was so concentrated on cutting risk. But as you get more mature in the markets and you get more in tune with your pair, you start to realize how much better cutting 50 is and just letting the rest hit your stop loss, right? There's a reason you cut 50. And there's also a reason you enter the trade. You enter the trade because you're okay with losing that amount. There was a while where I was so fixated on wanting to cut risk so much and not lose money that I was kind of micromanaging trades. So you find that balance where you can manage on the lower time frames, but there's also a criteria that you fulfill that you're not going to be micromanaging the trades. You're just kind of cutting 50 and letting the rest run. If the rest hits your stop loss, you're okay with that anyway. You're okay with the full stop loss getting hit. But the game is seeing how much you could save by not letting it hit your full stop loss. What how much less can I lose? So right now, based on the 15-minute, we ended up holding that support. Two confirmations here. Candle closed a no bottom wick here. This candle closed a weak doji bullish candle right over here. This candle no bottom wick past the high of the previous candle should be continuing up based on holding that higher low. Sam, are you still in this?
Yeah.
Dude.
I entered with low risk anyway because it's based on the 15 minutes. So
Yeah. I entered a little bit more than a one lot. Nothing crazy. And plus we get FOMC later. I don't want to have to feel like I'm playing catch up with FOMC after losing a trade in the morning when you didn't have to. I'm actually gonna put this right there. All right, 8:05. Did anybody want to break down another chart? Don't you want to break something down? Oh no, don't have to. Oh, there he is.
Oh, what's up, man?
You want to break something?
Yeah, to be honest, I took a 1 minute time frame entry on EU, a short. You want me to send the
Okay,
chart?
let's take a look. EU. I have that on my watch list. Definitely. So 1 minute entry on EU, huh? Want to break it down for us?
Yeah. All right, actually go to the 5 minute, please.
Okay.
All right, so I got a zone. I believe that's where my zone is. Let's see. Actually, can you? Oh, yeah, we're in the 5 minute. I'm on 1 minute. Okay, that's why. Yeah, I have that zone actually up a little bit higher. Lower. Right, let me just redraw it. Yeah, about right there. Yep.
Okay.
All right. Then I had a zone somewhere down here.
Okay.
I had a zone right here. Small little zone. I had another zone right here. Okay. Yep. So these are all my zones. So basically what I was looking at was I was really paying attention to the 15-minute as well. I was seeing how we had the bearish structure. I saw how price had a support level here. It broke it right here. It retested it here. Continued its bearish move down, where I was looking for a bearish close below this support with this clean traffic here.
Okay.
And this is where I took the entry as this should possibly be the 745 candle right here. Because that's exactly what time I took this trade at. I took it as price was breaking below the support zone, anticipating the move down, and I had a target of my target was somewhere right up above here. That's where I closed the full position.
Yeah.
My stop loss was above this 5-minute candle here,
Okay.
and I closed 50 and moved my stop loss break even about there.
Okay. Now, how do you feel about that trade?
I mean it's on the 1 minute, pretty risky, but I don't know. I saw it pretty clearly, to be honest with you.
Well, listen, it's your style. It's your account. Like you're making the decision. So that's the first thing that you want to consider, knowing that like you're making the decisions behind your all your trades. So the 1 minute, how much success would you say you have on it?
Um, in the past, I've traded on the 1 minute, like, but that's back when I wasn't documenting my trades like the ways I am now.
Okay.
So, you know
So
what I
you're
mean?
already taking a level up. So that's good.
Yeah. But yeah, and like even with the gold trade that I sent in the chat yesterday, and you were asking if I saw anything on the 15 and the 30-minute. Like, to be honest, yes and no. I just didn't see anything that was so clear, like with the stop loss placement and the targets and everything.
No, I'm glad you brought that up. I was on the road when you were sending this, and I think Lewis was sending something, but I wanted to point that out too. So the 5 minute you took over here, right? Consolidation,
Yep.
bearish break of support, fake out, retest of 9 a.m. volume, with 9 a.m. volume, impulse entry after strong 9 a.m. push, anticipation of further push down, higher time frame line. Okay, so that was around 9:30 yesterday.
Yeah.
9:30 yesterday. Yeah, that was over here, right? So at the time, we were holding 1680 as that resistance, right? And we were
Yep.
coming down. The last time we came down from that area, was right over here. We made a nice move coming all the way back down to 1660, right?
Mm-hmm.
You make the bullish push up, tap into 1680 again, and ever since then we're creating these lower highs over here. And right here, we're kind of consolidating between this area, let's say right there, and then you got this area, pretty much like somewhere right in here, because that's your first support, right? This is your first low that was created, right? So we came back up, we held this resistance over here, tapped into that area, strong bearish candle close. Yeah, I'll take here for you. Strong bearish candle close, and then we end up respecting this level right here. So we got a bullish close, but rejected that level. Bearish candle definitely rejected that level, past low of the previous, and then a very strong candle creating a new low down here, right? Where we come back into this area and then close a doji, rejecting that level again, right? So over here, once we start breaking this level, can we continue down from there back into 1660?
Yep.
So now what I'm looking at, oop, GJ's tanking over here. I'm out of GJ completely. Barely lost anything either, so that's good. Let's see how many pips that was. Yeah, about 13 pips. All right, so now looking over here, now you just ended up getting a new low created, and then this 15-minute candle closed a bearish candle with a wick to fill. So if we get some strong volume at 9, from anywhere from 9 to 9:30, right? You get the New York Stock Exchange open. You got that pullback right before the stock exchange open, right over here, right? Then you got this candle closed right before it. So the next candle ended up creating a top wick and passing the low of the previous candle over here, right?
Yeah.
So could that have been a possible entry for you?
Yeah. I mean,
Price
it was
continue down
impulse.
from there.
Definitely, like as it broke the low.
Yeah. Yeah, as that broke the low, that could have been a possible entry only because you have volume. Any
Yeah.
other time, this would be tricky to trade. But there's multiple things. You get the lower highs formed, you have a new low formed, you get this bearish candle close, a very nice top wick on that candle, and you pass the low of that candle during a high volume time. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 confluences basically.
Yeah.
Oh, as well as the volume, so 6.
Yep. Yeah, and that's why I liked it. I mean, we sat and watched this all morning yesterday,
Yeah.
waiting for it to break with the time frames all aligning and everything.
Mm-hmm. And then if I were to take this on a 5-minute, I think you could possibly take this as after this candle closed.
Yeah.
So take this at 925. But yeah, we often get this pullback over here before the New York Stock Exchange open on gold.
Yeah.
So just always keep that in mind too. All right, so I'll show you what happened with GJ here. So GJ ended up coming right back down. We got that bearish close right here. And then this candle created a top wick past the low of that candle. And we started coming back to where I closed 50 before. And I just closed the full thing right there. A little bit below it. Somewhere around here. So I am out of this. Yeah, that was a tricky area to trade in. As we were saying over here, this whole area. You just want to be aware of. It looked like we had nice price action, but price wanted to. We were trading against the trend too, but we were playing the bounce off the support. So I think anything below here, this is where we split these areas into two. Do you want to trade in anywhere in here? It could be tricky. We see how many pips we have. You got about 35 pips right there. So, maybe if you get a nice close below that area, we should be continuing down. But safer sells are going to be below 162,800. We're getting that lower high formed here. Yeah, I thought I could at least squeeze 10 pips out of this, but didn't work out, but that's okay. Because you manage risk and then you move on to the next trade. Hold on. So gold over here. We ended up getting a strong, or I wouldn't say strong because it's such a tall top wick, but we got a close here. This candle's respecting the low and flipping bullish over here. So can we continue up? Again, I would kind of stay out of gold over here because I could see us rejecting this area, and we got FOMC coming up later. So I was planning on just having like a short session, having a few of you guys break down a few charts. I wasn't planning on taking much, but there was an opportunity here on GJ that did play out, but didn't quite reach where we wanted it to. So again, I think we got safe sells below here, semi-safe. Mark this off as orange. And then below here, once we break 162,800, we got like a little move into here. All right. Got about 30 pips right in there. So that'll be safer. But then below here, you're going to have a much nicer move. Start coming down. I would say you're coming down into this area. You'd want to secure. You have this support as well. You get a nice clean move here with that wick and then the whole body coming down into this area. Get some clean candles down here. I think we could push through there. But again, you definitely want to secure a little piece at least. But we're creating a lower high over here, right? Every time we create these lower highs, we get a nice move coming down. Lower high, nice move coming down. Lower high, could we get in the same thing? But again, you might have safer sells once you break that area. But I do like this so far. Japanese yen broke down a little bit. All right, is everyone clear? Anyone have any questions?
All good.
All good? Awesome. You guys had some great breakdowns today. Tiger, Dylan, Shortfield didn't do one, but Tiff did. Jamie did. You guys all had great breakdowns. So just keep it up, keep volunteering. And again, with FOMC later on today, I will be keeping you guys updated. I'll be on the road, but I'll be keeping you updated as much as I can. I'll be available somewhere around like 2:15, 2:30, talking in the chat, letting you guys know what I'm seeing. But I'll have until 3:30 to be taking anything. So I plan on trading maybe around 3 o'clock after he makes a statement and just trading the trend on gold, whatever presents itself. All right. So like I said, I'll keep you updated on anything I'm taking or planning on taking, and then hopefully we can grab something together. All right, guys.
Sounds good. Have a good day.
You too, my man.
All
Have a
right.
good one, guys.
All
See
right,
ya.
everyone.